Hello everyone. Today we'll be making some delicious barbecue ribs using the Weber kettle using no accessories. We will be keeping it super simple today so anyone just starting with barbecue can create some fantastic tasting barbecue ribs using the tools they already have. We'll have additional thoughts at the end of this video, but for now, let's get started.
First, we'll grab some baby back ribs and I'll score the membrane in the back. Personally, I would remove this membrane, but since we're keeping it simple today, I'll just be scoring these. Next, we'll want to add our seasoning. Use a barbecue pork rub or an all-purpose rub. Today, I'm using the It's Incredible seasoning and I'll be adding an extra layer of ground pepper. Make sure to coat your ribs with your seasoning evenly. Get the front, back, and don't forget the sides. That's it. Let your pork ribs rest while you light your Weber kettle. You can use regular charcoal or lump. I'll be using B&B lump charcoal today. Make sure to distribute your charcoal evenly and remove any large pieces for a future cook. The idea here is I'll start the fire on one end and it'll slowly ignite the rest of our fuel in a couple of hours. It'll maintain a low temperature throughout the cook. I'll be placing some butcher paper drenched in oil to help start up our coals. You can also use newspaper or paper towels, or you can use a chimney if you have it. I prefer using a chimney to start up my coals, but since I'm keeping it simple today, the paper with oil will work. The snake method is a well-known and proven method to get low temperatures over an extended amount of time. I'm keeping it simple today, so I'm not using any wood chunks for today's cook. The perfect temperature to cook ribs, in my opinion, is between 250 and 275 degrees. You'll want to adjust your vents until you are consistently running at a low temperature. Adjust your vents at the bottom. I like to keep a quarter to a half open, and the top vents I leave half open. Keep in mind that the thermometer on the lid isn't accurate, and when it is placed over the fire as I have it, it'll usually be about 100 degrees hotter than the indirect side's temperature. So a reading of 350 here over the file will be around 250 on the indirect side. The indirect side is where I'm going to be placing my ribs. Not all kettles are the same, so your vent settings might be different. You will also want to make minor vent adjustments throughout the cook. My pit ran hotter than usual, so these ribs were done fast. Time to check for tenderness. For the bend test, you'll want to lift the rib. When done, you will see the ribs bend and the meat will start to break. I'll then do the probe test. You can also use a toothpick. The toothpick or probe should slide right in with no resistance. If you want them more fall off the bone, you could also wrap them with aluminum foil for an additional 45 minutes. These ribs are as tender as I want them, and I'm going to sauce them. Use your favorite barbecue sauce at this point. I will keep it simple and I'll be using Sweet Baby Ray's. You will want the barbecue sauce to set. I'll cover them back up and let them cook for an additional 15 to 45 minutes. The ribs will be ready to be pulled off at this point, and they are as tender as I want them to be. Let's slice off a rib. There's a nice smoke ring on the edges. The rib is very tender and very moist. It has a nice clean bite, as you can see. The flavor is incredible. Let's slice off a few more ribs and let's eat.
As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I wanted to make some barbecue ribs as simple as possible, so anyone who is just starting out can create some delicious barbecue. Now don't get me wrong, I love my slow and sear, my Vortex, my Weber basket. I wouldn't give up these accessories or tell you not to buy them, but today we have kept it simple. All you need is a Weber kettle, some ribs, and some charcoal. If you want to up your barbecue game, then consider buying the accessories that I mentioned. They will make your life easier, but keep in mind they aren't necessary. But they are fun to play with and they have a lot of advantages. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below. See you next time.